online friends are not your real friends. You don't know them. Okay, I know that was kind of like a harsh intro to start off on, but let's talk about online friendships today. Now, of course, if you have like an online friendship that's been like healthy, you guys have like seen or talked to each other all the time, you guys are like BFFs, this probably is not the video for you. So I would suggest don't listen to anything I say, click off if you feel the need to. You know, if you're having like an awesome healthy relationship with people that you happen to just meet online, this video isn't for you. That's not what this is about. Today we're gonna be talking about like online friendships, or like, you know, when you know people on a very surface level, but because you have the same interests, you feel as though you're best friends. That's really what we're gonna be talking about today. So before we get into that though, hi, welcome to my channel where I talk about music and music related things. I like to talk about artists, albums, observations, and events that I see happening in the music world. So today we're gonna be talking about some observations that I've seen lately. If that's something that you're interested in, you're welcome to like, subscribe, and stick around for a little while. But now let's talk about these fake friends. So this video is kind of just a compilation of thoughts that me and one of my friends have had over like the past year or so, I'd say, like just observations that we've made, just things that we've noticed about other people and their friendships, and then some online friendships that we've had. So this will be a little bit anecdotal, a little bit of a rant. Let's talk about it. But yeah, starting off, I mean, being online from a very young age, it definitely warps your perception of a lot of things. One of those things being friendship. Online friendships are a possibility. They are something that a lot of people have had very successful online friendships. They have met up with people all over the world, all over the country. They have moved in together, they have gone to college together. Some even get married, who knows? But to make a friendship like that possible, you need depth. It's very quick that we see people, especially online, label others as their friends without having any real depth in their friendship aside from just a shared interest or two. So to get more into that, what really defines a friendship? And of course, it's different for different people, but a real friendship will always go beyond shared interests. It includes serious conversations that you might have. It includes regular communication, trust, and just like exchanging life updates and telling each other about things that are not related to your shared or special interests. And of course, bonus points if you guys have met in real life multiple times even, but that's never a requirement. So of course, beginning in 2020, 2021, COVID had a very big surge in internet relationships and friendships because of quarantine and isolation. It's very possible for many people to met new friends and have since become very close since then. This obviously had happened to me in 2020. I have friends from 2020 who are online friends who I still talk to on a daily basis, and those are people who I would consider my real friends because I've shared almost every aspect of my life with them. There are obviously times where we go through little breaks of silence, but we always come back to them, and they've always known about what's going on in my life for the most part, so I would consider those people my friends, but I wouldn't consider everyone who I've ever been a mutual with since 2020 to be my friend, if you get what I mean. And it was kind of in, I want to say like 2023-ish when I had the realization not everyone online is a true friend or a real friend. You know, you may have people that you interact with daily online, but the second that you turn off your phone, they're not real anymore. Of course, that's no shade to people who have like online friends or people who are on their phone all the time. Do what you want, I really don't care. But you really do need to realize that the second that you take a break from social media, or the second that you take a break from your phone and those people stop sort of like existing in your life, some of those people just go away, like completely. The second that you stop talking to someone for a day, they'll just go away. And of course, this isn't everybody. I don't want to be the person to be like, never make friends online, like that's dangerous. It's not. It's really not. But you do have to be very careful and very particular about the people that you choose to have in your life. Of course, there's a lot of people who I would consider mutuals on my social media. Would I consider them all my friends? No. There are some people who I interact with every single day on social media, but I don't know anything about them. They're not my friend. If I were to take a break from social media, or if they were to change their username or deactivate their social media, I would probably never hear from them again. I would probably never recognize them again unless maybe I saw them at a concert or something. Even then, I don't know if I would recognize them if they changed like the color of their hair or something like that. It's very simple to kind of determine who your real friends are the second that you end up taking a break from social media like Twitter, Instagram. Of course, I'm not saying this is like a call for attention or whatever, but it's really the people who reach out to you when you're on a break, the people who text you, the people who call you, the people who check up on you, who are your real friends. And obviously over the years, there have been many social media friendship breakups, many falling outs over very trivial issues that make you rethink your online friendships, really. Because one thing that I've definitely noticed about online friendships is they will break up over the most minute, minuscule things, and they will go and air out everything on their social media, whether it's on a private account, whether it's calling out somebody via like a Twitter thread. If they're mad enough about it, they will bring you down, and that's definitely not something that's very healthy, obviously. It's something that has made me rethink a lot of what I would have considered to be like a friendship on social media, because once again, there are not many people who I talk to on a daily basis. There may be people who I interact with on a daily basis on social media, but it's not people who I talk to outside of maybe replying to one or two of their tweets or liking their Instagram posts and stories. I really don't know anything that's going on in their life. They don't really know anything that's going on in my life, and I prefer to keep it that way because internet friends are not always your real friends. Fandom culture specifically has altered this meaning of friendship because people within a fandom don't actually really take the time to get to know each other as often. They call people their friends after couple days, couple weeks of interacting. Obviously, while you do have like a shared interest or two, you don't really know what that other person is interested in. You don't really know about their life. You don't really know what they do in their free time, aside from going on social media. And it's only when they realize that they're not compatible that they end up switching up, and really all hell just breaks loose. At the same time, it's a little bit of like an ego and a self-esteem problem where naturally, if you end up gaining a lot of followers per se, you may feel the need to be mutuals with everyone who follows you back. That is not the case. Your online space is your online space. You choose who you can make friends with. You choose who you follow and who you unfollow. And, you know, you're not obligated to follow or unfollow anyone that you don't like. And it's that which ends up turning into these big blown out fights where I really don't think that friend drama should ever be made public, of course, and I don't understand why it happens, honestly. If you have a problem with someone, bring it up with them. Don't air it out to everyone else. But of course, if you're uncomfortable being friends with someone or just interacting with someone online, you don't have to go turn on other people. You don't have to go recruit everyone to turn against them. Just talk to them about it. If it's really that bad of an issue that you feel like you need to address like publicly and bring attention to, whatever, be my guest, do it. That makes sense. But most of the time it's always the tiniest things. It's always like, oh, they made a mean comment to me and my friends, so everyone should unfollow and stop talking to them forever. Like, be so for real. And this is something that one of my friends realized after losing a very close online friend, which made her focus a lot on real life relationships, which I think is something in general which we need to focus on more a lot. I feel as though we get sucked into our online presence very easily. Especially as a fangirl, it's very easy to spend hours a day just stalking social media, checking up, interacting with group chats and your online friends, interacting with artists. But the second that you turn off your phone or your computer, you're hurtled back into the real world and you realize that not everything is really that amazing fangirl dream, you know? It's very, very important to have real life relationships as well it is to have online relationships. Especially with online relationships, I feel as though a lot of people need to remember that you have control over the people who you will consider to be a friend and how you meet them, how to keep them in your life. Many people online tend to forget that they can choose the people that they surround themselves with. If you are not a fan of someone, unfollow them. You have no obligation to stay mutuals with them. You have no obligation to follow them. You can unfollow them, you can mute them, you can block them if it's really that bad. And you don't really need to give them an explanation either. I mean, it's courteous, it's nice sometimes, but if they really get on your nerves, you don't have to do anything about it. Once again, it's online. Like, I understand that yes, people online are real people too, but we need to remember that being online, while it has become a much bigger part of our lives now, especially in the 21st century and such. Some of us need to step outside. Some of us need to just touch grass because nothing is ever that serious online. And it's very, very important to take time off social media, especially Twitter. It could be very, very healing. It's very possible to stay connected with your real friends without being consistently online. And it's very possible to stay connected with your online friends while being in the real world. You can always text them, you can always call them, FaceTime them, send a letter even if you feel like it. And you can always meet like-minded people in real life, going to concerts, going to events, and you don't need to rely on the internet. Taking a break from social media, going outside, and focusing on these meaningful real-life connections is really important these days, I think. After seeing so much negativity, so much fights, it's always something small that'll set someone off. So it's very important to realize who your real friends are, who you really want to surround yourself with, and, you know, who's just gonna be a moving factor of your life. I think that's really all I have to say on this topic. I know it was a bit of a shorter video. It's been quite a week, very busy, so want to crank something out. I know it wasn't exactly music related. Not too sure what I'll end up talking about next week. I haven't been thinking of a lot of music things, but we do have some big things coming up for the headphone emoji verse, so stay tuned for that. But that's really all I had to say for now, so I'll see you guys next week. Bye!